Hey guys, how's it going? Just want to make a quick follow-up video on the R6 downloader tool. Apparently, a lot of people were having difficulties getting the R6 downloader to work in my previous video. Rather than try and fix them, because honestly, some of the questions were just downright unhelpful for me to try and fix. And considering that I hadn't gotten a single comment saying that it was working, I would rather just make another video, show you the alternative version of the installer that I know works for everyone else. So a lot of the steps are going to be similar just because we're clicking on a different option. And that's the only difference. The first thing that you're going to want to do is pick an area where you want the downloader to be. This can be on any hard drive. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do my desktop for the example. The name of the folder does not matter. You can name it whatever you want. Second thing, some of the software, such as the downloader tool and the liberator tool, will be seen as malware by Microsoft just because Microsoft isn't sure as to who the developer is, and therefore it is seen as untrusted. Also, if you are not comfortable or you don't think that it's safe, simply click off the video. As I stated in my previous video, I've used these tools for over 2 years. My bank account is fine. My Steam account is fine. You're not going to get hacked. But if you don't want to take my word for it, that's on you. You can do whatever you want. You are your own person. So the next step is to go into your security manager, whether that be Windows Defender, McAfee, whatever you have. And you want to add wherever the folder is as a whitelist option. So for an example, I will just click on folder, go to desktop, and then click on R6 downloader. That way, when you actually download something, it is not going to quarantine the file and you will actually be able to use it. Then you're going to want to open up a web browser and search R6 Throwback. It will take you to this link, r6downloads.com. You're going to click on it. You're going to click on Operation Throwback. And you will be brought to this server right here. This is the R6 downloader Discord server. And this is where you can find the tools that will allow you to download older versions of Rainbow Six Siege. You will want to go to here to releases. If you do not see this, simply click on this button up here and show all channels. Make sure that it's checkmarked. From here, you're going to go to tool releases. The first one you're going to want to download is the R6 Liberator. Go ahead and hit download. And make sure that you save it to the folder you had whitelisted. If it gets blocked, then what you will need to do is go into your web browser and turn off the security because it is seeing it as a virus. I promise you it is not a virus. And to show you what that looks like, you want to open the settings for Google Chrome, privacy and security, all the way down here to security, and make sure it's on no protection. When you turn that on, you will click continue download. You may have to go into your downloads and actually hit keep anyway, and then you just want to drag it to the folder. You may have to whitelist the downloads folder as well because it will go into here, and if that's not whitelisted, it will possibly quarantine the file, but that's just something you want to keep in mind. Next up, going back towards the Discord server, you're going to click on R6 downloader, and you're going to click on this link, latest downloads of R6, and you're just going to want to click on this R6 downloader exe, and you want to copy that to wherever your folder is as well. And you're also going to want to click on this .net.6, and you're going to want to keep that, and you're going to want to install this. So once when you have the program open, just hit install and let it do its thing. And then when it says the installation was successful, just hit close, and you can close out your browser and Discord for that matter. We have everything we need. Firstly, you're going to want to click on R6 downloader. Windows protected your PC. It is seeing this as a virus for the third time. I promise you it is not a virus. If it comes up like this, just hit any key to continue. What that just did was put this resources folder right here. You will need this later on, and I will show you what I mean by that later. After 10 seconds, you can hit this continue button. Pro tip, I will show you really quick. Rather than waiting the 10 seconds, if you just extend the command prompt, it will bring it up immediately. Because I am on Windows 10, it's going to look funky, but if you just scroll all the way down from the top option, it will load up somewhat normal. If you're on Windows 10, you will not have this problem. Click on Game Downloader, and then you can just do that. You have every single version of Siege at your disposal. For this example, I'm going to launch Chimera because this has the most popular limited time mode in Siege history, and I'm sure a lot of people want to replay it. At the bottom here, you will see enter Steam username. For this tutorial, you will need a digital copy of Rainbow Six on your Steam account. If you have it on Uplay only, can't help you. You have to have it on Steam. So enter Steam username. It is going to be whatever appears right here under account details. So you're going to want to type that in. Once we have typed it in, you're going to type in the password for your Steam account as well. Again, I have done this for 2 years and not a single person has stolen my Steam account. If you have two-factor authentication, you are going to want to either log into your email or the app to approve access. And so on my phone right now, I know you can't see it. I just hit the approve button. And once when you hit approve, it is going to start downloading all the files for that season. This process will vary on your internet speed. For you, it could take upwards of half an hour. For me, it could take less. It really just depends on how fast you download these files. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is skip forward to when this is actually completed. Once when the download is completed, it will look something like this. Once when you press the key to continue, it will bring you to this screen. Honestly, you don't really need to see this. You can just close out of it. Once when you download any version of Siege, a downloads folder will automatically be created with all of the contents inside of it. Once when you scroll all the way down, you will see Rainbow Six executable file where you can launch the game. Before we do that though, we need to go to the resource folder, PLAZAs, and then you're going to want to go to PLAZA_new. You're going to want to copy, not cut, copy, because you will need this for every version of Siege you play. And you are going to want to go to the folder where your game is, and you're going to want to paste. You're going to want to replace all these files. Under your codecs, you're going to want to edit it, and it will pull up something that looks along the lines of this. Firstly, you are going to want to change the game name. Usually, I just delete the first letter. The reason for this is because sometimes when you launch a game, it'll just crash, and it took me a while to figure out why, and apparently you just have to change this. Doesn't matter how, just change it in some way. Nextly, you will see change username. This is where you're going to put your username when you're actually playing the game. And then once when you change these two things, you're just going to want to save it and close it. And then from there, you're just going to scroll down. There are usually 3 executables. You'll have Rainbow Six or Rainbow Six Game. If a game is available, you'll want to click on it, but if that's not available, just click on rainbow6.exe and it will launch the game for you. And just like that, we are in the game. Once when you load up the game, it might pull up this, just hit OK. And you can skip the introduction cutscene. First thing is just go in your options and make sure your graphics are actually set to whatever your monitor may be, and your display as well. Firstly, I'm sure you're going to want to customize your characters. You will notice that you will not have anything unlocked. That is because you need to access the Liberator tool. Once when you double click it, it is going to say malicious file. For the 4th time, it is not. Just click on more info and run anyway. And then it'll ask for administrative privileges. You're just going to hit yes. Then it will say at the bottom found and then whatever season you are playing. Once you go back to the game and click on customization, you will have everything in the game unlocked, including items that were never publicly released before. And of course, weapon skins. And yes, you can put the Glacier skin on your gun because God knows you don't have it, nor do I. Once you customize your character, how do I actually play the game? So it's very simple. You want to go to multiplayer. You want to go to custom game, local. If this comes up, just hit allow access. Create new playlist. The playlist you are creating does not matter in any way. Name it whatever you want, add a match, say playlist. That's all you got to do. Click on it, create as player. Go back to the Liberator tool, and then you can select whatever you want to play. For an example, I'm just going to load up a terrorist hunt match, so you will hit this drop down, select the difficulty. I'm just going to hit normal, select the map and game mode and the day or night, because you can still do that. Double click on it. Once when you see this at the bottom, just go back to the game and start it like normal. Please always start it on the blue team. If you start on the orange team, you will have problems. If you ever have any problems with the downloader tool, just go to the downloader Discord that I showed you at the beginning of the video. They have a lot of how to and troubleshooting steps that you can look at. I will answer some questions if you leave it down in the comments, but if you leave some stupid shit like this just doesn't work or don't download it, this is malware, I am going to ignore you entirely.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Now, you're in the game, you customize your character, you know how to play. Your next question will probably be, how do I play with friends? Well, that's what the next section of the video is for. So you are going to need this tool called Radman VPN. So just download it, install it. Once when you have downloaded and installed Radman VPN, this little box will come up. It will give the host name of your system and your IP address. Please, for the love of God, do not share this with anyone. You're just going to want to turn this on. And once when you do, you're going to want to create network. You're going to put in a network name and a password. And then you're going to give it to your friend, who will then hit join network and then put in a network and password. There are also public ones that you can join as well. But most of them will not be Rainbow Six Siege. And just like that, you can see that my friend is connected. So I will go into custom game. I will go into local, create the playlist, and I will wait for him to join. Just let your friend know that once when you are connected, one of you will host the game and everyone else will try and connect to that person. And there you go. You can play with friends. Pro tip, if you're trying to play a LTM and your friend is unable to change the game mode, just double click on a multiplayer match and he will be given the option to change. And then once when you want to play Outbreak, for example, just change it back and then start the game. Obviously, you can play with as many friends as the game allows you to. For Outbreak, it is only 2 other friends. And multiplayer, obviously, you can play with up to 9 other friends. Just killing each other, whatever you want to do. And so with that, I will just show off that multiplayer works as well, and I will leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. But it's also worth noting that the Rainbow Six Downloader Discord page has a plentiful amount of information that you can look through as well.
Spotted. Op 4 mission critical. Bomb diffuser activated. You have entered an enemy-controlled area. Leave now. Enemy is about to scan the area. Diffuser located. Disable it. Spotted. Diffuser is online and active. Your location. location has been compromised.